Alright guys, welcome to another episode of the Range Talk. Me llamo Isaías Olin Quesada.
What?
Sorry, I just went absolutely bilingual for no reason. Subtle flex, but anyway. I don't know what came over me to do that.
That threw me through a loop. What's going on, you guys? Welcome back to another Range Talk podcast. My name is not Jackie.
Well, that's fine. That's fine. I'm okay with that one.
I'm running out of employees.
You're running out of employees. I need the names. All right. Today we have a very interesting
You're not
topic.
going to say who you're not?
I already did. I already introduced myself.
Oh, I guess
in
so.
Spanish.
Oh, well done. All right. But, guys, we do have a very interesting topic. I cut off Isaiah's. If you don't know, the holidays are right around the corner.
Oh, yeah.
As of filming this video...
It's going to be going up November 5th, right?
This is going up November 5th, but it is November 3rd, which means Christmas is less than 60 days away.
First of all, I feel like 2023 went by way too freaking quickly. But,
yeah.
I don't know, man. Like, I'm a little nervous this time around because I got a lot of shopping to do. I don't know about you, but I got a lot of shopping to do.
Oh, yes, indeedy. And with that in mind, with holidays coming up and gift buying coming around, we wanted to help create a little bit of a guide for you. We're going to do a little bit more of this on all of our social media platforms. So if you are looking for some gift ideas, or if you are a parent or grandparent or auntie or uncle,
Mima, grandpappy, whatever you like to call them.
Yeah, if you are getting a gift for someone who asks for an airsoft gun and you don't know what you're talking about, this is going to be perfect for you. We're going to go over some really, like, what I would consider, like, the competitive, like, level that you should get started in airsoft with. If you are new to airsoft or like don't know anything about it, especially like the aunties, uncles, parents, grandparents, and stuff,
or even beginner players that are watching this and they want to put an airsoft gun on their wish, but they're not too sure what to put. Share this with your like parents or whoever you suspect might be getting you a gift. Put these options on your wish list, or make sure to show them this specific podcast. Mm-hmm. That'll give them some plenty of ideas.
Yeah, absolutely. Because being like, I'm fairly sure it was the same for you, Isaiah. So when getting started in airsoft, a lot of the titles look the same. It's like,
yes,
like
very much
an
so.
M4 AEG or my M4 airsoft gun, and then it says spring, and you don't know what that means. It's like
M4, AR-15, M16, AR, NATO, and I'm like, what is happening here? I didn't understand any of that.
It can be very confusing if you don't know what you're looking for, and we're here to help out. So we have quite a plethora of different airsoft guns.
Nice little
here.
petri dish, if you
know
will,
what I'm saying?
of options.
So they do range in different prices. We are again gearing toward the more affordable like entry line, but still being very, very competitive on the market.
We'll say these are going to be the sub $200 options, right? And for a lot of players getting into it, right? Especially if you're trying to convince, maybe your parents or your legal guardians or any family members to get you an airsoft gun, right? Obviously, you want to get an airsoft gun, right? You don't want to ask for like the 300 plus. I mean, if you're a baller like that, I mean, that's good for you, right? Count your blessings. Mm-hmm. But right, most people don't want to spend an arm and a leg when getting into this new hobby. So these are going to be probably the most realistic options that you should be asking for on your wish list.
Yeah, exactly. So I think we should start off with AEGs.
Okay. You want to go first? You want to pick?
Yeah, sure. So I think just to intro it, AEG stands for Automatic Electric Gun. These are going to be the airsoft guns that will be able to shoot in semi-automatic, meaning that you can pull the trigger and it will fire each time, and then also shoot fully automatic, which means you hold the trigger down and it continuously fires. This is probably the biggest thing you want to look out for when you are gift shopping for an airsoft gun, because if you see that an airsoft gun is spring powered, it means that they have to be manually
cocked in some way, shape, or form. Whether it be like a pump shotgun, right, where you need to manually cock it back. Yep. If it's a spring pistol,
you'd have to cycle the slide, and then you'd be able to fire it, and then you have to do that over and over again. Those are not really competitive.
Yeah. Don't get me wrong. Like, there are going to be springs that are involved in pretty much every airsoft gun in some way, shape, or form, right?
Yeah,
in some way, shape, or form, there's going to be a spring. But spring powered or springer, those are the terms you want to look out for. And if it says that on the airsoft gun you're looking for, I wouldn't really go for it unless it's going to be something that you're only going to be using as like a prop, or maybe like just something to mess around with in your backyard, because you can still have fun. But again, getting started in airsoft, not a good idea.
These are the guns that we are going to start off with. So I think One of the guns that I do want to start off with is going to be, let's pull up
Lancer?
the Gen 2 classic,
Sure.
a staple. Probably the best bang for your buck, especially since Lancer Tactical started releasing their airsoft guns without a battery and charger. You can get them much more affordable and then choose the battery and charger that you want to use later on. For those of you that are starting out though, Lancer Tactical has a wide variety of their Gen 2 line, which again is an AEG that do come with batteries and chargers, and they start off under $200. I believe the most affordable package for a more simplistic AR configuration is going to retail for about $170-$180.
Actually, even cheaper.
Really?
Some of the like more I don't want to say like primitive, right? Some of the more simplified like M4s. We're talking about the clamshell and everything. A lot of those models are actually retailing for like 150, 160.
Oh yeah,
Like 160 being like the most that you would usually find for a base price like that. And the cool thing is for the standard Gen 2 models, they'll come included with a 9.6 inch hydrate battery and a basic wall charger. Again, just giving you everything that you need just to get out and start playing.
Yeah, absolutely. It also comes with batteries as well. We're not going to talk about tactical gear and stuff like that specifically. No. We'll dive into that a little bit later. We just want to concentrate on the main entree, the main course.
The main potatoes.
You know what I'm saying? Because this is what's going to get you that wow factor. Especially if you're gifting it to like your child or your nephew or something like that. The way that their eyes are going to light up and the excitement that they're going to get is going to be absolutely amazing. You can't replicate it. But again, Lancer Tactical Gen 2 is a solid platform. Polymer receiver, which their polymer is actually very durable. If you are interested in checking out how durable they are, I actually did a torture test video where we dunked this in water, set it on fire, ran it over. We did this with a few different versions of Lancer Tactical airsoft guns, and they are able to like take a beating.
They can hold up to the rigors of play, right? So you're not going to have to worry about them like, oh, what if he breaks or something? Like, is it a possibility? Sure, pretty much anything can be broken, but at least you can rest easy knowing that the polymer Lancer Gen 2s are going to hold up very, very well.
Yep, while still being competitive on the field as well. If whoever you're giving the airsoft gun to as a gift, they'll be able to go to their local field and actually compete and not just like be outgunned by everyone else. This will able to keep up with other players on the field, which is really, really great. You know, especially with nowadays a lot of airsoft guns ranging in different prices. Lancer Tactical has been one company that has fought to try to keep their airsoft guns as affordable as possible so it's more easily attainable. So this is just one particular model. This is the LT25 with a M-LOK rail. That's foreign language for all you who don't know what we're talking about.
Basically what it means is that it's a very modular system, just true to the AR platform itself, right? Where you can accessorize this to your heart's content. It comes included with a lot of good quality internals, making it very easy for you as the player to actually get plenty of kills.
Absolutely, absolutely. So yeah, this is, again, just one of the, I don't know, well, maybe like 100-ish models they have in the Gen 2 line.
There are a ton of models that Lancer offers. And again, if you're not digging the aesthetic of this version, you know, you can easily change this out. But, you know, Lancer also more than likely has a version of the same gun, essentially, same gearbox, same build quality, same everything, same lineup, just in a different aesthetic if you prefer. There's plenty of options out there. There's something for everyone.
Exactly. So, with this one being done and talked about, I could honestly talk hours about just talking about every specific model and how they differ externally. At its heart, at its core, they all perform exactly the same and give you the same reliable performance. But Isaiah, out of the other budget guns that we have on the table, what would you personally recommend? Because I do know there is one gun in particular that he pulled off the wall.
Well, you guys know me. If you guys have been watching, you know, the channel for a while, you know that I like more like, I guess, alternatives to the AR, right? I always like to offer that to my.
He's a hater, dude.
It's not hating, bro.
He's a hater.
I'm not hating, man. I don't hate. I run ARs too, right? But you know, for someone that wanted to run something a little bit different, I would highly recommend taking a look at Double Bell's lineup of AKs. Right? These are going to be, for the most part, most of them are going to be under $200. Oh, sorry about that. Most of them are going to be under $200, like this AK-74 with this real wood furniture on here.
Yeah,
it's very solid, right? You are getting a
metal receiver
for under $200. You're getting a full metal body, so it feels nice and sturdy in the hands, right? You got that real wood construction on here, and you actually do have the ability to mount optics on here, other accessories, should you choose to, because the AK is the second most customizable platform out there in terms of airsoft
That is
rifles,
correct.
right? And internal parts, you can find them whenever you need to upgrade them. If you did want to in the future, which you don't have to worry about that now. Basically, it's very easy to find replacement parts when you need them. But again, for all the players that were looking for something maybe different, right, but that was still going to be really cool, right? This is something that I would say, hey, maybe keep your eyes on for, because there's many different versions of the double barrel AKs that exist out there.
Yeah, absolutely. That's definitely a high contender, especially with a lot of double barrel airsoft guns. They do range in price, but even some of their M4 AR platforms are retailing under $200 as well. Honestly, in my opinion, I think you'd be better off with some of the other ARs that we have here today. But those are definitely options as well, especially since some of those ARs do have the full metal receiver, if that is the aesthetic that you want or who you are gifting wants, right? But another AR that is definitely super affordable, we started carrying earlier this year, but they've been around for a long time.
A hot minute, actually.
The Specna Arms M4s or ARs. These are the same OEM as Lancer Tactical.
Yeah, so a lot of the build quality is basically going to be the exact same.
Yep, there are going to be slight differences externally, but at its core, the same reliability, the same performance, you love it. What's really cool about the Specna Arms M4s is that all of them do come with 2 sets of springs. Now, Isaiah said that majority of airsoft guns do work with some type of spring. For electric guns, for AEGs, the spring is what will dictate the velocity or FPS of the airsoft gun. FPS standing for feet per second. Local fields typically have a velocity restriction.
Some type of limit that you're not allowed to go past. For outdoor fields, you'll usually see it's 400. Again, typically, I would highly recommend you research the field you want to play at. But 400 FPS would generally be the limit for outdoors, and for indoors, it's going to be 350 FPS. Now, this is important to remember because if your gun that you request, comes in, you get it, it's awesome, you want to bring that to an indoor field or an outdoor field or whatever field, and it just happens not to meet the requirements, right? That's going to be a problem because you won't be able to play with it. Thankfully, both the Lancer Tactical and the Specna Arms offer the ability to change out your spring very quickly, called the quick change spring. So that's a really cool feature. And Specna Arms actually takes it one step above because they include the lower powered spring right out of the box.
Yes. So out of the box, the gun is going to be shooting around 380 to 400 FPS for outdoor field requirements, typically, average. But the low power spring will bring it under 350 FPS, which is typically the maximum velocity for indoor fields. So you have the capability out of the box to get your gun to shoot at the field that is local to you. Because like out here in Southern California, we do have quite a few different fields. But there are other places where you might only have an indoor field or might only have an outdoor field.
And the rules themselves can vary too.
Exactly. So it all depends on what you're looking for or what the field kind of requires as well. But being educated always helps out so you guys can make the proper decisions in picking out an airsoft gun. Now, this is the Specna Arms
Flex F03.
Yeah, Flex F03. The F03, it has the modular handguard, same polymer receiver, again, pretty much same internals as the Lancer Tactical Gen 2. They're solid. These are retailing for, I think the lowest price is around 160?
160, 170, I believe is what they're normally going for. I think there was one that was like 180, but they're all going to be under $200.
Yep.
You can look up the Flex series specifically. Specna Arms has a few models. You can also look up the Core series. There are some Core models that actually retail for less than 200.
Yeah, those have the metal rail or handguard on there, which add a little bit more heft, but also add a little bit more durability as well. Again, Specna Arms has a wide variety of different airsoft guns available. You should check them out. One thing to note though is Specna Arms airsoft guns do not have any offerings with a battery and charger. So whenever you see the airsoft gun that you're interested in or was pointed out to you in like a gift list, know that it won't come with a battery and charger, and you will need to buy it separately. So that is something to keep in mind as well. But I mean, that could be a later purchase if needed. Again, at around $160 for a full airsoft gun is really, really good in value.
Battery and charger, I'm just saying, could be a very easy stocking stuffer.
Oh, there you go, right there. And actually, batteries and chargers aren't that expensive. You'll find a battery for about $20, and depending on the charger, from $25 to $35. So it's actually not that bad. Good tip. Good tip.
All right, so now that I'm talking about the Spectrum arms, there's another brand that I want to go ahead and bring up, and I did bring an AR. I did mention an AR that I actually do like a lot. It's going to be from Arcturus. Arcturus is Arcturus has been a brand that's been around since I want to say 2019. At least we started carrying them around 2019.
Yes, that is correct.
2019. They're a fairly newer company in the airsoft scene, but honestly, they've been putting in some work and offering some really great options. Now, this particular model is the LWT Mod 1? Yes, Mod 1. I forget the exact...
Or Mark 1.
MK1. There you go. Thank you, Cisco. But this is going to be featuring some really awesome build quality. Basically, I don't want to get into too much of the mumbo jumbo because I understand that maybe you guys probably won't understand it.
Oh, it's not a hinge.
That's not a hinge. Yeah, it's a pretty sick stock.
Yeah.
But all you got to know is that it's made very, very, very well. And it does have a micro switch trigger, which instead of your traditional MOSFET. So very, very cool that it offers that.
Not even traditional MOSFET, but like a basic...
what you would see on a lot of other options around. They would typically go for your standard ETU, go for your standard MOSFET, and the fact that it comes included with this really nice micro switch is very cool. 602 Type 4 inner barrel, so it's nice and accurate. You're going to be able to get those long range shots fairly easily with this bad boy, despite the fact that it is, I would consider this an SBR.
That is an SBR.
Right.
Anything shorter than 14.5 is short barrel.
Right.
I'm
not gonna get into this.
Whatever.
But I actually really like this model in particular because it comes in this really nice wolf gray.
Yes. No, honestly, it's absolutely clean. They do offer it in all black as well. So depending on the aesthetic, if they didn't have any preference, maybe you could put a little bit more personality into it and choose the color that you think that they would like a little bit more,
Best suits you.
Yeah. But honestly, Arcturus, they have been providing really high quality airsoft guns for, at least in the U.S. I mean, you could order it from overseas from before 2019, but they started becoming readily available in 2019, which is super dope. We love seeing new manufacturers being able to get to the U.S. market and
making a name for themselves that quickly too.
Absolutely. I mean, the quality and the performance from their airsoft guns do actually show. They do boast a full polymer build, but what metalware needs to be just like the Lance Tactical Gen 2s and the Spectrum Arms Flex.
Core 2. Not all the cores will have metal rails.
Yeah, but that just nice clicky. Micro switch does help out a lot, and again, under $200 as well.
These typically retail for like $170-ish.
Yeah, that's actually really insane as well. So you do have quite the variety of different airsoft guns available under the $200 price range that offer a lot of features that make it super competitive and very affordable.
And one thing too to note about all the options in terms of the rifles that we've shown off right now that's really cool and that is shared amongst all of them is that these are guns that you don't just buy once and then you end up just never using it again if you do decide to further invest in airsoft. These are guns and platforms that you can use for years and years and years to come. All the models that we've shown here are viable options for you to keep for years and to upgrade later on. Should you want to start customizing more, maybe putting some more aftermarket parts into it, these are going to accept those very, very easily. All the options we've laid out so far.
Yep, absolutely. Which is another reason why these are some of the most recommended and most purchased airsoft guns. Yeah. Like honestly, we don't need to talk about these, but we want to inform everyone that isn't in the know, so you guys can make better decisions as well. Like all of these airsoft guns that we talked about so far are really like high movers at airsoftgi.com. They move very quickly, and I mean, like that and the performance that they offer speaks for itself.
Absolutely. But I think actually, I don't know if we're ready to get into that. But just in case a player might not be using or might not be interested per se in a rifle, what if they were interested in something smaller?
Like a gas blowback pistol?
That's exactly what I had in mind. Right? We have a few gas blowback pistols here that we wanted to show off as well, because gas blowback pistols are also a really, really cool part of airsoft as well, right? Something that it operates very similar, I wouldn't say like super similar, but very similar to a real firearm in the way it moves, in the way the slide actuates.
I would say that about 90% of the mechanics are going to be the same in airsoft compared to its real firearm counterpart.
It's a good number.
Yeah. So when it comes to gas blowback pistols, you have to look up gas blowback pistols. If you
Yes.
look up airsoft pistol, there are a few different categories that you can end up in. You can end up in a spring-powered pistol, which again, you have to cock it each time and fire.
You could end up in a green gas powered pistol section, which is cool that it's green gas, but it's not blowback, meaning that you actually won't get the fully blowing back slide. You won't get the full activating slide.
Yep, and honestly, that's kind of boring. Those are going to be relatively affordable, and some of those non-blowback green gas and even CO2 pistols can be competitive.
Oh, sure, they can be fun, but they're not the same.
They're definitely not the same, especially with the companies that offer gas blowback pistols. They have them at very affordable prices nowadays, which is absolutely insane. When I first got into airsoft, if I wanted a gas blowback pistol that was going to be reliable and have like the capability of upgrading and being repaired, I was going to spend maybe like 140-ish bucks, right? But now we have companies like Vorsk and Golden Eagle that offer gas blowback pistols
Heck,
for
even companies like Army Armin too.
Yeah, that offer airsoft guns for
sub 150.
Even like Golden Eagle, they have airsoft guns that are under $100.
Yeah, some of their 1911 models specifically are going to be retailing at like 80 to 90 bucks, which is insane, right? That's definitely some value there.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Now, in terms of performance, you're not going to get as much firepower as one of these AEGs.
No, range, power, dare I say even accuracy is going to be a little bit lackluster comparatively. Now, most of the pistols, I would say, I don't know if you would agree with me, but I think you would, most of the pistols within the sub 150 price range are typically going to perform about the same. Like, they're pretty much average in terms of their performance. However, they can still be incredibly fun, and just like the platforms we showed off, there's a lot of room for potential in terms of an aftermarket support.
Yeah.
Meaning that any of these pistols that you pick up, whether it be something like this Vorsk VM9, right, Vorsk VM9, or the Golden Eagle High Kappas, especially that guy, right, there's going to be a lot of things you can do with it, and you can keep these for years and years and years to come.
Yeah, absolutely. And one thing about the gas blowback pistol in particular that makes it stand out as a really great gift is the realism of it when you're shooting it, especially if the person that you are giving the gift to is more younger. This will change their life.
Yes.
Like, absolutely. I remember when I got my first gas blowback pistol, my mind was blown. I was sitting there fiddling with it the whole weekend, just like messing around, shooting cans in the backyard. It's such a fun experience because, again, it's just very realistic. You're able to load the magazines, insert it, rack the slide like your favorite like police or military movie, and just start shooting. And every time you shoot, the slide will cycle back and forth, loading the next round, making it semi-auto, which just adds to the layer of fun. The sound that it makes, the feeling that you get is an absolute blast and will make anyone's face light up with joy.
I remember the first time I showed my gas blowback pistol to my younger brother at the time, right? This was the first time. I've been playing at this point for about a year and a half now. And I remember he's like, he was looking at my stuff. He knew he wasn't allowed to touch it. He was under strict rules from my parents. You're not allowed to touch his stuff, right? So, but I saw that he was looking, I was like, you know what? I want to be a good brother today.
Okay.
You want to shoot
Just
this?
today.
Yeah. It was annoying little shit sometimes. Right, so I literally took him, hey, you want to play? And he's like, yeah. So we literally just started setting up like cans in the backyard, and I showed him how to use it, and he just started going off. Dude, his face like lit up.
Yeah.
Right? It's like same thing with my girlfriend too. Actually, the first time that she ever got to use gas blowback pistols, she was like, oh, this is really fun.
Yeah.
Right? It's a shared experience we all have, right? And again, this is something that's really cool. Another thing that I feel like it's not really talked about too much, why these also make really good gift ideas. They're not as big. They're a lot easier to hide from.
Oh yes.
You know what I mean? Like,
yeah. If you get an airsoft gun, right, its box is literally the length of the gun.
Sometimes they can be twice as much.
Yeah.
Classic Army.
Mm-hmm. But when you look at it, it's like there's something large in there. Versus this, when they come boxed, actually, I have a box right here. It's like this. It could. What is this? Is that a box of shoes? Is that a picture frame?
Like, actually, yeah, I would think picture frame.
What is that?
Maybe
I don't
a Lego
know.
set?
Yeah, maybe a Lego set. You don't know. It makes it very inconspicuous and can add another layer of excitement and surprise when they rip it open. They're just like,
Okay, so why these platforms specifically? Because I know you chose these. Why don't we start with yours? So why? I know why, but why the high Kappa?
So I chose the high Kappa because of its aftermarket support. and its upgradability. I didn't choose any particular model from Golden Eagle, but
They're all the same.
yeah, the performance is going to be pretty much the same across the board. Just the external differences are going to be what may or may not push you to getting said pistol, right? Like this one might fancy you a little bit more, right? So, yeah, just mainly because they're reliable, they perform great, super affordable. This model in particular, I believe, is the GE
331 something.
Yeah, 3310 or 03, something like that. Links will be in the description, guys.
Yes.
But yeah, this is definitely one of those airsoft guns that can keep going along with you and be a really fun project to work on as well, especially if you or the person that you're getting the gift for is somewhat of a tinkerer, right? You could easily disassemble this airsoft gun very easily, start messing around with it, and it's not too hard to reassemble and repair or upgrade.
When you said tinker, I deadass in my head thought you said tinkler. It's like, oh, it pees himself. Interesting.
You are an absolute clown. But honestly, I didn't choose any particular model specifically. I just picked a couple that I really liked. Like for the one that you're holding is the Vorsk VM9.
Oh, I love how it's me that's holding the M9.
Yeah.
You guys don't know, I actually have a nice heart on for M9s. I just think they're freaking cool.
This is for the family.
It's for the family. My apologies. I have a soft spot in my heart, my big heart, for M9 specifically.
I didn't choose the models in particular, mainly because, especially at how affordable gas blowback pistols are, I would say that if there is a specific model that you like more, whether it be high cap or 1911 M9s, Glocks.
Glocks can be pretty expensive.
Glocks can be pretty expensive, but there are alternatives out there. But even other models like the SIG 226 or other gas blowback pistols, if there is a particular model that that the person is asking for, I would recommend getting that because, again, number one, they're relatively affordable, much more affordable, marginally more affordable than
a full-length rifle.
Yeah, than a full-length AEG, but they normally gravitate toward a specific model of handgun because these are what are shown in a lot of media and a lot of movies.
John Wick, any sort of Call of FPS game,
Yep.
right? Any cartoon, any sort of magazine. They're going to show off, right, the smaller one. And there's actually a reason why in Hollywood they actually would say that the smaller the gun, the better, because then they can do close-ups of the actor's face or actress' face, make it look more dramatic.
Yep. But like Isaiah's, for instance, when you see the M9, what movie or media do you think of?
Die Hard.
Exactly. I thought the same thing.
Rush Hour.
And Rush Hour, the chrome one. Yes, my boy. That's right. But then, if you were to think of a Glock, I mean, there's plenty of media out there. But one that stands out to me is the chrome Glock from Bad Boys 2.
Hey, yo, I forgot about that.
Glock 18C, baby. Glock 18C, baby. But, yeah, there's plenty of different gas blowback pistols out there that do perform very well. And, again, are super affordable. Again, even some of them going under $100. The way that they perform and they function is definitely a blast. And because of how affordable it is, you can chip in an extra $20 or so to buy the green gas or CO2 and BBs to already get shooting with the airsoft gun, which is an added bonus as well.
Okay, so that was us going over the more affordable options, which again, like we said earlier, realistically that's what most people would end up being able to, gravitate towards, right? Because they don't want to spend an arm getting it. However, there are some players out there that do have a little bit more spending money, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or if
you are a really, really fun auntie, uncle,
oh hell yeah,
parent, grandparent,
you want to spoil your kids
if
good,
you don't have a budget, if it's not an issue, these are some of the airsoft guns that we highly recommend, that we absolutely love as well. So Isaiah, what was your pick for your first quote-unquote Gucci high-end airsoft gun?
I had to do it to them, right? This is going to be the Zion Arms R15. Now, there's actually a couple of different versions of the R15, different colorways.
Yeah.
This is the Mod 0.
I believe
Yeah,
it's
Mod 0. I forget Mod 1. Mod 0, that's right. This is the Mod 0 variation, meaning that it has the Picatinny end cap. But any R15, honestly, at the end of the day, will be an absolute blast to play with, right? This is probably one of the best bang for your buck high-end AEGs. And what do I mean by high-end AEGs? You're getting a ton of features right out of the box, including, but not limited to, a full metal construction, meaning the whole gun is going to be made out of metal, right? A nice, durable metal. This ain't cheap, like pot metal. It's got an absolutely beautiful finish to the airsoft gun, right?
Oh, yes.
Nice M-lock rail here, so you're able to accessorize to your heart's content, have a little angle grip on here. And again, there is still plenty of potential for other accessories. Like, again, I have a nice little amplifier on here, a nice short dot, cool mount on here, the Atlas Custom Works one. Again, you can build this out to the nines, whatever it is that your style may be, but internally you are getting a lot of features as well, including like the 603 Type 4 inner barrel, so you get range and accuracy, right? You are getting a quick change spring system, very much like the Lancers and the Spectre Arms. So you're able to adjust this gun to shoot at whatever the FPS needs are.
Yep.
Right. And again, one of my favorite features about this is that the electronics in this bad boy feature a Nebula MOSFET. Right. Meaning you can program the gun to actually shoot in other modes other than your traditional, semi-automatic and full auto. You're able to do burst fire on this bad boy, and my absolute favorite being binary. Pull the trigger once, it shoots. You let go again, it shoots again.
That's so much fun.
That's so fun.
It really is.
Granted, I would recommend look at your field's rules regarding binary triggers, see what they require. Some fields might not require, but it's cool that it's there, right? And all of this going for like what, $325?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this particular model is the Mod Zero R15. So this one does have a Picatinny end cap. We do have combos available with that folding stock on there.
Different stocks available too.
Yeah.
Different styles.
But they're, for the base gun itself, they do have different models as well. They have shorter platforms with a standard buffer tube that you would see on a regular like AR, like this one right here.
Different colors too, black and gold. We'll see like a bronze color. We'll see a gray as well.
And of course the all black. There's definitely a lot of variety out there, especially with Design Arms R15. It's absolutely one of my favorite airsoft guns. It came in toward the end of last year, 2022, and since then it's taken off. Like even before this was released, they have other AEGs in the form of pistol caliber carbines. We'll save that for another video, but being the AR or M4 platform, you have the accessibility to different magazines on the market that are available that will work with the airsoft gun.
Yeah, we just have a little shorty mag on here. It doesn't come included with this magazine. We just put it on because it looked cool.
Yeah.
It fit the aesthetic, but yeah, you can put on any AR style magazine and it'll feed and fit absolutely no problem.
Absolutely. Now, if the gun that I picked didn't exist,
I'll move this out of the way now.
That is definitely the gun that I would have chosen. But the gun that I picked, not a big surprise to a lot of our regular viewers, is going to be the MGC4 line of airsoft guns. This one in particular is the MGC4 Mark II.
My favorite version.
Really?
Yeah, I like the Mark II more than the Mark 1.
Just a longer barrel?
Yes.
I get it. That's valid. So this is actually an airsoft gun that we here at Airsoft GI worked with Lancer Tactical to create. We worked with them and had access to their factory and developed an airsoft gun that I think is just like the high-end gun killer, especially at the price. Oh no, we did talk about the price for the R15.
Yeah, it was $325.
Yeah, so when you're looking at higher-end airsoft guns, they start off at about $300 with very minimal features, and then once you start paying more, then you'll start seeing like the fancier electronics and different upgrades and stuff.
Not always. That's why I would say that this is such a great pick from you, is because, like you said, this is the high-end AG killer. A lot of companies would love to go ahead and continue to increase their prices for their airsoft guns, for their high-end airsoft guns that were high-end, don't get me wrong, 5 or 10 years ago.
Yeah.
Right? They haven't innovated the design, right? Meanwhile, we developed this in collaboration with Lancer Tactical with the feedback that we got directly from our supporters on social media, what we hear from customers in person, and just our experiences as well as airsofters.
Absolutely.
Wanted to have a gun that was going to be still relatively attainable in terms of its price point, but offer performance that was going to outshine so many other stock high-end airsoft guns.
Yeah, and the high-end airsoft guns that we're talking about are normally like $400+. So again, around this price point, well, first off, the the MGC4 Mark II retails for 315 at airsoftgi.com. And again, oh, actually, not even again. This is an update for all you guys that are wondering about the pre-orders, because this is on pre-order. They are almost here, you guys. The restock of the MGC4 Mark II is going to be coming in, I think, by the end of next Friday, November 10th. So, you guys, if you haven't pre-ordered it yet, go secure yours. They moved really quickly. I promise you, you won't regret it. And we're actually getting the limited edition different colors in as well. So we're going to have the all bronze version, which is mighty tasty. We're going to have, of course, the return of the black with the bronze rail. We're also going to have different dual tone colors as well, with black and gold, which is actually really, really nice. So if there's a particular style that you like a little bit more, go for it. Again, they are almost here, like about a week away from the time this video goes live.
And if that weren't enough either, make sure when you do it, you'll automatically be entered into our shopping spree giveaway. Just saying, just throwing that out there.
That's right, and that goes for any of these gifts. If you spend more than $20 at Airsoft GI, you will get a chance to win a shopping spree giveaway. So, I mean, I'm just saying, you could be getting a gift and then giving a shopping spree on top of that.
Tis the season for winning, man.
That's wild, actually. Yeah. That's actually insane. But no, going into the details of the MGC4, obviously externally it's gorgeous. It's beautiful. We went through different iterations amongst ourselves with you guys. We took your feedback, what we really wanted to hear from you guys in terms of feedback from like length, style, like different accessories, kits and stuff. And externally it's gorgeous, but internally is where the gun shines. Now again, I did say these are OEM'd by Lancer Tactical, but they are not the same.
No.
These are built, okay? We sourced specialized parts from the factories that they don't put in their existing AEG lines, and try to go as high-end as possible while still trying to keep the cost really affordable. And again, $315 for an airsoft gun that outshoots like 90% of airsoft guns.
Here's the thing, a lot of the parts that you get in this, like Cisco said, they're not normally thrown in to your standard AEG lineup that Lancer Tactical offers, right? Yeah. These are going to be parts that we specifically picked out for the development of the MGC4 because we wanted to really emphasize the performance value with the MGC4. Mm-hmm. So the inner barrel and bucking setup that we have in here, perfect for getting those long range kills, right? Yep. The gear set that we chose in here alongside with the motor, right? You're being basically, if we're gonna have to sum it all up, right? You are getting a really snappy, really crisp trigger response, right? You're getting a very healthy rate of fire, yep, right? Especially when you pair it with the 11-1 LiPo batteries, right? Again, this is just all around the best high-end AEG that you could realistically get out of the box, because all the features that this has out of the box, normally you would have to buy a more expensive high-end AEG and then spend even more money to get all these same quality parts put in.
That's absolutely valid. Now, when Isaiah says trigger response, that is the time it takes the gun to shoot in semi-automatic. So on a more affordable AEG like the Specna Arms or Lancer Tactical Gen 2, when you pull the trigger, the gun will turn the motor or spin the motor to turn the gears and pull a piston back. And that takes some time, right? For a lower or more affordable AEG, it's going to sound something like zip, 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 zip.
Yeah, obviously we're being dramatic, yeah, but that is in a nutshell how an AEG functions, yeah, right? And the goal is to be able to minimize that amount of lag, basically between the time it takes to pull the trigger and the piston's pulled back and then shoots, right? Yeah. We're trying to minimize that time. And honestly, we've done a very good job with this.
Yeah, so in the MGC4 Mark II, even the Mark I, it'll sound something more like zip, 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 zip. It's much faster, much more responsive, which is that trigger response Isaiah was talking about. And for rate of fire, that is in reference to the full auto rate of fire, how many BBs it's able to shoot within a set amount of time. And I think with an 11-1, we're getting around 22 BBs per second.
Like low to mid 20s, yeah.
Yeah, like it's actually really healthy. And the fact that you're able to use a high power lithium polymer or LiPo battery in this airsoft gun as well is absolutely fantastic. Now for the electronics, we actually went with the same electronics that's offered in the Zynorms R15.
So you get a Nebula MOSFET right out the box.
So you do have the programmability and adjustability of the Zynorms Nebula MOSFET, which is super great as well, especially if your field in particular does have some restrictions in terms of fire modes. So a lot of fields nowadays don't allow full auto fire. So they may allow
Burst fires,
or even binary fire. So you can actually program your airsoft gun to shoot the field requirement and not have to worry about getting called out by someone who thinks you're cheating, because once the ref comes and talks to you about it, you show them how you're going to shoot and go, oh yeah, it's locked like that. Like, okay, like you're not cheating. Okay.
Yeah.
So but not only that, it adds a little bit more to the to your play style. If you prefer to shoot semi-auto only, great. If you like having a 3-round burst because maybe your favorite real firearm does a 3-round burst, great. You can program it that way to make it a little bit better. But again,
having that level of control, I think that's the biggest thing, right?
Absolutely. But that stacked with the quality of parts that we put in, we put in. So a lot of you guys that don't know anything about airsoft, this is going to sound foreign to you, but if you reference what I'm about to say with someone that you know that knows airsoft or with another store, they can vouch for it. It's going to have a 25K motor. It's going to have CNC wire cut steel gear set, a rotary style hop up unit, 6.03 tight bore inner barrel, and a quick chain spring system with a Delrin O-ring air nozzle. And again, like I said, it probably sounded like I was speaking a foreign language.
Yeah, Cisco basically did to you what I did to him earlier at the start of this podcast.
But I promise you, all of these parts do add into the performance and durability and reliability of the airsoft gun that make it, again, the high-end airsoft gun killer. Especially at a fraction of the cost what you would spend on a, again, $400 to $500 airsoft gun. You're getting the same, if not better, performance for $315. And again, guys, they're on pre-order. They're on the way. Next week, next Friday. Hop on it. You need to grab it. But yeah, this is obviously going to be my obvious pick for an airsoft gun because we, like, as a community, myself, Airsoft GI, Lance Tactical, we all came together and actually made this airsoft gun. I am really proud, and I'm fairly sure Isaiah is really proud of what we were able to create. And everyone that has one sings its praises for a reason. They are just that good.
No, like there's a reason. Like I am proud of this, not just because like, again it has the name of it, has your face on it, or has the company, but it's because like I actually was part of that. I remember like we were all part of those meetings when we were talking about like, okay, what should we focus on? We know how it has a performance. Does it need to sound? Does it need to feel like this? Like how's the trigger feel? All these things, like these small little details. Those were all things we had actual meetings about because we wanted to make sure that we were going to be offering a product for the customer that was not only going to be something that we're proud of because it had our name on it, but that was going to offer something that the community wanted.
Yeah. Like again, like I'd say 90% of the reason this gun was built was from our viewers, like our friends, our personal
supporters.
Yeah, feedback. Like we took everything that you guys said about different airsoft guns. We put up polls and quizzes, or not quizzes, but polls about what.
Like quizzes? I don't remember. Because I didn't study.
You know, just asked for different opinions and what you guys would want to see, and we ran through quite a few different iterations, and what we came out with is an absolute joy to be able to offer to everyone. And this right here, the perfect airsoft gun as a gift.
You want something that's guaranteed to like make your kid like jump up and down? This is gonna be it right here. All right, now we are still in the middle of talking about high-end guns, but let's assume again, just like we did with the other tier of airsoft guns, what if you wanted something smaller? Pistols, baby.
Absolutely. There are high-end gas blowback pistols out there on the market. These are actually two that are offered by Jag Arms or Jag Precision. These are officially licensed Terran Tactical Combat Master pistol. Actually,
yeah, these are both the official license.
But are they Combat Masters? This is a Sand Viper.
Sand Viper.
That's a
this
Pit
is
Viper.
A Pit Viper.
Do they fall in the Combat Master family?
I'd say yeah.
I would say yeah too, but it was never clarified.
They're all Terran's babies, right?
That's facts.
That's right.
But these are absolutely amazing airsoft guns that that perform really well out of the box. Jag Arms, Jag Precision, they did a lot of R&D with Terran Tactical, Terran Butler himself, to develop these airsoft guns. Terran is a real stickler about perfection, and he wanted his
Finer
airsoft guns.
details.
Yeah, finer details. So some details that didn't matter. But he really wanted to make the airsoft guns that represented his company, his brand, like up to his standard, and I think he hit it out of the park.
Oh yeah.
Isaiah's in his hands has the.
Please switch.
Oh, now in my hands we have the.
Because I like the Sand Viper a little more.
I like the Sand Viper too, but I do like the Pit Viper as well. So this is the officially licensed Pit Viper from Jag Precision. This has all the bells and whistles done to it. It's absolutely amazing airsoft gun. In terms of build quality, they went above and beyond and used higher strength and like honestly more expensive parts.
Better material.
Yeah, better material. So they have a CNC aluminum slide frame and mag well. For you guys that don't know what I'm talking about, it's nice.
Right.
It's good.
In terms of the Sand Viper, this is the Sand Viper High Grade Edition. So it's going to be featuring the same build quality as the Pit Viper. So you're getting all these same quality internal parts, right? Okay, my favorite thing about both of these, yes, you did it right there, is the buttery smooth action of the slide. Like to this day, I still have not had a pistol that can compete with just how smooth and how buttery that slide moves, right?
It's actually crazy.
Right?
Just, oh man.
Compression is solid, right? You're going to be a nice consistent FPS, right? Both of these bad boys right now are retailing for $220. So yes, they are going to be probably the most expensive pistols that you can get, or at least we sell on Airsoft GI. But honestly, for all that you're getting, that's way worth it, dude. Like 100%. Like,
yeah.
I'm surprised they're not more.
Now, for some of you guys, most of you guys, it's going to be hard to justify, right? Especially when you have AEG's full-length rifles that are under $200, these being $220 each. You might think, why is it so much better? Honestly, it comes down to, again, those finer details and licensing. Licensing is a thing.
Licensing does play a huge part.
But I would say just the build quality overall makes it really worth it. You have a hand-stippled grip, meaning it has a very texturized grip.
Very aggressive.
So it won't slip out of your hands if your hands are sweaty or things like that. Again, the buttery smooth cycle of the airsoft gun, the finer details.
All the portings that are done throughout the slide, right? All the little like grooves, little notches that you see here, those are all like very intentionally placed. They're not just done like, oh yeah, it would look cool. No. There's a whole purpose behind that. I love the fact that the inner barrel, right, the barrel that's actually sits inside of the outer barrel, goes all the way to the tip of the end of the compensator, right? That is a very, very cool detail that we've been asking a lot of manufacturers to do. And I believe Jag is the only one so far that's been able to do it, at least the first that I remember.
Yeah, I don't think there is anybody currently doing that. So, again, Jag went above and beyond. Even in their compensator itself, this little bad boy right here, at the end, it is threaded. So you can add units like a tracer unit or a mock suppressor to the end. Honestly, a tracer unit is going to be like a more useful feature.
That's another stocking stuff for ideas. For anyone that wants to play indoors, plays at night, or plays in the arena, tracer units 100% are going to be the move for your stocking stuff. Just saying. Brands like Ace Tech, Bravo, we carry a bunch of them. Check them out.
Yep, absolutely. It just adds again to the performance and somewhat to the aesthetic overall. And with Jag Precision, they went with a platform that is upgradable as well. It has the full aftermarket support, just like other high cappers, like again the Golden Eagle high capper here.
You can build it out just as much.
Exactly. But honestly, there is very little that you need to do to the airsoft gun itself. Honestly, you could take this out and just immediately be like amazing.
Yeah.
Like it's that good.
Most guys that own like buy the Sand or the Pit Viper, they'll just play with them completely stock, and that's totally fine because these things kick ass.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, one may be more enticing than the other. The Sand Viper, a lot of people know from competition shooting. It hit the market, I want to say last year sometime.
Oh, really?
And the real Sand Viper, and made waves in the competition world, especially since a lot of the top competitive shooters out there, like hitting like first, second, third place in these lists, were using it. It really made an impact. And for the Pit Viper, you might recognize this pistol as the same pistol that Mr. Jonathan Wick, the Baba Yaga himself, used in John Wick Chapter 4. And honestly, that is another reason why. This is actually the most sold airsoft gun at Airsoft GI of 2023.
Yeah, no, I 100%.
Yeah.
The minute that we started carrying these, because I believe we were the first one to carry these. The minute that we started carrying these, like I remember that Friday we made it live, instantly started moving.
Oh yeah, I think we sold like 100 that day. Like, and we set it like in the afternoon or something.
Yeah, late in the afternoon.
So like they moved so damn fast. We sold out within 3 weeks, 2 weeks, something like that. And it was months until a restock came in. And they are here. They are available right now. So if you're watching this and you're very interested in it, if you're a movie buff, if you're like a gun buff, or you just like a nice collector's piece.
Yeah, just a nice collection piece.
Or showpiece itself. This is perfect for you. Especially like, okay, this is probably not the most responsible or sensible thing to do. But if you get one, if you just say you're a movie buff, right? And you have your own office at home or something, right? You love John Wick Chapter 4. You see this. You just have this, like, set off to the side on your desk if you have guests come over. Why do you have a gun? Be like, actually, this is the same gun that John Wick used in Chapter 4.
You can see right here, it still has the blood stain.
Yeah, you can keep a decorated, painted bloody pencil right next to it also. But yeah, I mean, like, I do believe that Jack Precision did a fantastic job in building both these airsoft guns. Actually, this is the second iteration of the Sand Viper. This is the Sand Viper High Grade, and it is the same exact build quality of the Pit Viper. So the same CNC frame, slide, mag well, same internals, like all the steel internal components as well. It has all the bells and whistles done to both of these. They're the same price point, whether you like black or bronzish.
I would say like a nice burnt bronze, maybe slightly tannish.
The original.
Oh yeah, it was a little more orange.
Was like chocolate. No,
hungry.
but even the original one is actually very, very nice. These are, again, not made for everybody, but there is a lot of value in these gas blowback pistols, a lot of performance. And again, if you are getting this as a gift for someone, even the novelty of it being John Wick's gun is kind of cool.
The amount of people that have come in and said that, oh, I want to recreate John Wick's logo, right? I want to use the same guns that my favorite action hero uses. There you go. This is definitely a must-have for any enthusiast of the John Wick series.
Absolutely. But, I mean, there are plenty of other airsoft guns that we would want to talk about, but we don't have that much time. So we're actually going to do more of these. We're going to show you more recommendations of what we like. We'll do different variations of airsoft guns as well. If you guys
themed gift ideas.
Yeah, for those of you guys that don't know, that again are unfamiliar to it, and someone asked you to get them an airsoft gun,
whether
as
it be
a
your
gift.
grandma, whether it be your grandpa, whether it be an aunt and uncle, whatever legal guardian or friend you might know, they really want to get you an airsoft gun, or you want to ask for an airsoft gun, but again, you want to be able to have them have a better understanding as to what to look for. This is definitely going to be one of the many videos and many podcasts that we'd highly recommend you check that they check out.
Absolutely. And again, we are going to be doing more of these. We'll show off different models, different variations, different platforms. Like, I think it was pretty streamlined. We showed high kappas, ARs, and one AK. But we'll show different flavors of airsoft as well. There are plenty of different platforms.
Oh, yeah.
Different power sources as well. If you guys didn't know, we said gas blowback pistols, but there are gas blowback rifles as well.
Oh yeah, that's definitely something that we're going to be talking about as well.
Yeah, so make sure you stay tuned for our future videos. We do upload every Friday, and we do podcasts every Sunday. And, we do live stream as well.
Yes, our live stream schedule right now is pretty much every day, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. We also stream Thursday. Of course, we have the shopping spree giveaway. Make sure that you guys enter that. It's super easy. All you got to do is place a $20 or greater order. And then Thursdays at 6:30, we announce the winner for that week of who the winner is, right? And if the winner's not there, it ends up stacking, right? At the time of this podcast gets uploaded, we're actually right now, the shopping spree giveaway prize pot is at $1,200. So all you got to do, again, you still have time, place a $20 or greater order. Any one of these airsoft guns, if you want to use these for a gift idea, then absolutely, I highly recommend you do that, right?
Absolutely. And again, guys, we do have the MGC4 Mark II coming in hot. I'm actually really excited about it. People have been asking for it. They've been on pre-order since it sold out like a month and a half, 2 months ago.
Yeah.
A little bit ago.
It's been sad.
Yeah, so people have been asking for it if it was available. This one is our personal one that we use for marketing use to tease you guys with. But they are on the way. Make sure you guys pre-order yours right now so you can secure it when it arrives and it'll get shipped out to you immediately. You can take advantage of the Wombo Combo to get automatic free shipping, earn reward store credit, and use coupon code 20th to save 10% off.
You're welcome.
By the way, that coupon code expires the 9th, so you gotta hop on it right now. Other than that, guys, hopefully you enjoyed the content. Again, share this video with all your friends or all the people that you want to get you gifts.
Share it around as much as possible. Make sure to go ahead and leave a big old thumbs up on this live stream. Helps keeps the camera rolling, helps keeps the lights on. My name is Isaiah.
My name is Cisco.
We'll see you guys all on the next Rage Talk podcast.
See you later, guys.